Hey everyone. Coffee in hand in my grandmother's backyard where my aunt used to live. But wanted to inform you on something and share a story as to why I'm here and why I'm talking about this. But my aunt just recently passed away. She has one of the most incredible stories of all time. And I'm grateful, growing up Catholic, she was given the title of my godmother for an amazing reason. Like for just such perfect alignment, because her and I had such a special connection, and I really learned a lot from her. I really enjoyed spending time with her. She was an incredible aunt. Lived an amazing early life, lived an amazing life overall, but the latter half of it, she endured a lot of suffering. She had a family of four by the age of 35, married, had a house, beautiful family in town where she's near to others that she knew, friends, family, relatives. But she had a brainstem stroke at 35. And for 30 years, she was fully wheelchair bound, fully paralyzed. And there's a person in the driveway right now. Oh, they're just backing out. Just a random person that pulled in the driveway. But they're leaving now. They had to do a U-turn. But my aunt, 35 years old, had this brainstem stroke, was paralyzed for 30 years. But during the 30 years in which she was fully paralyzed, she had the cognitive abilities to function as a fallen human. And at one point, she learned of a system that they had developed for people in her situation where you can blink once for yes and twice for no. And also, there's a spelling system. So I'll reference the video, but you can spell to her A-E-I-O-U. And if she blinks at A, one of the vowels, or E, then you go across through those letters. So say she blinks at E, you'll then say E, F, G, H. And if she blinks at H, that's the first letter, and she uses that to spell out what she wants to say with a word, and then that becomes a sentence, paragraph, etc.
A-E-I-O-U. U-V-W-X-Y.
Truly an incredible woman. Raised close to $1 million for a nonprofit foundation she created to help those who are in similar conditions to her that suffered catastrophic injuries and their family needed financial or emotional support. And on top of that, she suffered with grace. She truly, truly did. She had no abilities other than thinking, but she thought so well. She thought so positively. She gave so much love to those around her. If you talk about someone that embodies Jesus Christ in full, because we are to be imitators of him in this life, if we truly want to go to our highest calling and answer that call, it's to be like Jesus. My aunt did that. And I'm looking at the door because the house is right here. And I see this house and it's just filled with love. There were so many family gatherings here. She brought so many people together. But what she did for others with the circumstances she was given, it's a life of love. And even the way she loved her family that didn't really love her back. And there's not much to get into there, no reason or need to. But I'm talking about her immediate family. But truly an incredible woman. She, the foundation she started helped 35 families. 35. That's a significant amount. Many people I know said if they were in her shoes, in her situation, they wouldn't be able to do it. But you don't know what you're capable of when you go through suffering and you have those around you to help you. Like even the way my grandma stepped up to help my aunt. My grandma, my aunt's mother, dedicated her entire life, those 30 years, to taking care of my aunt every single day, to the point of where she would even sleep in the same room as her, because my aunt would need attention 24/7. Because you never know, in the middle of the night, she could have some coughing spells and just cough, 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 and my aunt needs help. So my grandma was there to help her. So my grandma, her name Ruth, which talk about the book of Ruth and the name of Ruth and its meaning, which means compassionate friend. perfectly fitting that my grandma has that name. Because the book of Ruth, in and of itself, it talks about a selfless love, a devotion and a loyalty, a faithfulness. And my grandma gave that to my aunt. And they had a beautiful bond together. But I say all this to say, I love you, Aunt Diane. I know a lot of people will get inspiration from your story. I'm going to link her story in my description, in the bio, and wherever this is posted, because I want it to be everywhere. You lived such an amazing life. You did such good, and the glory of God revealed through you in full. I gave my emotion out fully when you passed on, and from here on out, it's just honoring you in everything I do. On top of that, I'll say too, there's something powerful in seeing your aunt die before your eyes, because I was included to be in the room of about a dozen people or so, relatives and my grandma, my aunt's siblings. God bless me. But I was included in the room to see my aunt as she took her last breaths. She had tubes to keep her alive in the last day of her life, but when they took out the tubes, that's because the family all said their goodbyes and they said, okay, she's ready to go home now. She decided, and God decided. And so they took out the tubes from my Aunt Diane, and for 40 minutes, unassisted, my aunt breathed her last breaths. And all of us as a family, in silence, watching her, those 40 minutes felt like 4 seconds. But at the same time, it felt so deep and it was so powerful. And there's something powerful about encountering death before you actually die and seeing it. And that's why what Jesus did is so powerful, because he conquered death and rose from that grave and ascended into heaven. No other human has ever done that. But when we get close to death, whether it's a near-death experience or learning more about Jesus' death and his resurrection or seeing others die, you see your mortality. You see that life is more than just any busyness that people create for themselves, man. Family, God, love, living with a full heart passion for life, it's the most important things. We come and go, we wither away like grass, but God in his word remains forever. So we are to abide in him because he gives everlasting peace, joy, and salvation, eternal salvation. If you haven't, think about death. Think about it, marinate on it, write about it, speak to others about it. Because although it's sobering, there's something beautiful to it. And from death comes new life. There's many layers and meanings to that. But I'll keep it at that and let you think about it for yourself.